Hello my lovely butterfly, it's France. Welcome back for a new journal on Monday, week 207. And today I would like to talk about how and why to art journal unapologetically. Especially in these time and days, our art journal can be a really helpful something. Yet our brain has ways to convince us that no, we shouldn't be art journaling because we're not into it, because our mojo is hiding, and so on and so on. So that is when it's even more important to actually turn to our art journal to remain connected, to do something fun, and to give all the current frustration a healthy outlet. One of the easiest ways that I have found to conquer this is to be unapologetic about my journaling. And that means that I just put down on the paper whatever it is I feel like putting down without even thinking about it. So I just grab stuff and I just move on without thinking. The only thing that I do allow myself to have a little thought about is to make sure that whatever it is I put down will not alter the previous layer. So I just think technically about the influence that the products will have on one another. A second thing that really helps is to work faster. I know especially if you've done some creative soul searching together with me, we often start with a moment of mindfulness, a little exercise in meditation. So we really try to slow ourselves down to connect before we start journaling. Well, to do this, I tend to do the exact opposite. I just work faster without allowing my brain to run away with some thoughts of how to convince me not to journal or how to convince me my inspiration is hiding. So for today, we're starting our spread with a layer of modeling paste, and that can be whatever kind of modeling paste it is you have. And then we make some prints in that modeling paste with stamps. And to make sure that it's easier to clean, we apply a little bit of embossing ink on the stamp before pushing it in the modeling paste. And then we spray it with water as soon as we're done so that it doesn't dry in there. And we repeat this process until we're happy. Don't work on the two sides at once because your modeling paste will dry before you have the time to make the prints in there. So do one side and then the other one. As it is just modeling paste, we can speed up the drying process with our heat gun and then apply a first quick layer of paint all over the spread and even wipe it away with a piece of cloth so that it dries even faster, and then repeat the process with some darker color, just to add a little bit of accents here and there. We're going to work with some water next, and if like me you would like to protect your journal from the water running everywhere inside your journal, you can protect it with a little piece of washi tape. And to make it work with the rest of the spread, we can give it some paint as well. Let's protect our journal just a little bit from all the water and all the color, and then we can sprinkle on some powders and blend them with water. Again, don't overthink, just grab those colors, apply them and blend them. And if you don't have any powders, you can do the exact same thing with spray inks or even with diluted acrylic paint applied with a paintbrush, and then blend it some more with some water. Let's add some background stamping. Again, don't overthink, just grab the stamps you feel like using and go for it. If you would like to frame your spread a little bit more, you can add some of that archival ink with a blending tool, or you can do the same thing with whatever black ink it is you have. Don't overdo it, don't go all the way around, because that will turn the whole spread into something very dramatic, unless, unapologetically, that is what you feel like doing. With a charcoal pencil and our non-dominant hand, we're going to add some scribbles here and there, not too much, very lightly, and then blend it in with a blending stump. If you don't have a blending stump, you can do this with a Q-tip, and if you don't have a charcoal pencil, you can do this with a regular pencil just as well. I love adding splatters, so that's exactly what I'm going to do now. If you don't like splatters on your spread, just skip this and move on to the next part. If you want to add splatters, have fun. For the wording, you can stamp a little word, you can write a word, you can cut out a word from a magazine or a book. I just took one of the January A Layer a Day sticker sheet that I will not be using on my A Layer a Day spread so that I can put it on this one. We can add a little bit of highlight to the spread, and to do so we're adding a little bit of white on the edges and then blending it in with water. I use a paint pen. If you don't have a paint pen, just use gesso or any white acrylic paint that you have with a paintbrush and then blend it in. Journaling in this unapologetic way is so liberating, to just follow those ideas that pop in your head and to just put them on paper without thinking of the end result or where you want this to go or where it should be going. Just going. I hope you will give it a try, and if you have, please do tag me. Let me know how it felt. You'll find all the links to do so in the description of this video. Thank you so much for joining me again today. If you're one of my patrons, see you in the live hangouts. Don't forget to put down a layer a day in a mindful way. Butterfly kisses.